Google Base is, well, it's basically an area of Google where you can submit content and you can pretty much submit what you like. And it's available at base.google.com. And so far, compared to the rest of Google, it doesn't seem to receive a huge amount of traffic comparatively. But you can still get free visitors by using the system, by adding content. And let me give you some examples. If I was to search Google Base for chicken soup recipe, and you'll notice, okay, the first result actually links to eBay, and it's kitchen art. And you may be familiar with Frugal, and Frugal is Google's comparison shopping engine. And actually, let me just open that up quickly. If you go to frugal.com, you can, for example, search for, let's say, Lexmark printer, and it compares the price across multiple merchants. And as mentioned, Frugal and Google Base are becoming more integrated, and that's why often on Google Base you get results linking direct to stores. However, you can be more specific about your search, so see items in recipes. And here we should just get recipes. So, okay, we've searched for chicken soup recipe. First result is chicken and wild rice soup recipe at cooking.com. And if I click through, importantly, it goes straight to the cooking.com site. So they're submitting recipes to Google Base and getting free traffic from that. Okay, let's go back. So you can start adding your own content to Google Base by simply signing into your Google account, which is free to get, of course. Okay, I'll sign in now. Okay, after I've signed in, it prompts to post an item. So let's choose recipe. And when it eventually moves on to the next page, let's submit some details. Okay, title. Now for your Google Base item to appear in search results, it's usual story of picking the right keywords. So in the title, if I wanted to get traffic for, let's say, lentil soup, then I would want to have lentil soup as the title and also in the rest of the description. But also I would want to keep the title interesting so that people click through. So let's say lentil soup, or let's for example say amazing lentil soup recipe. Okay, if I could spell recipe, amazing lentil soup recipe. And you can have pictures, which I would advise because it helps draw the attention, and then you can list the main ingredient and other relevant details. And importantly, you can add a web URL, attribute name, let's say let's just call it website, and web page URL. Let's just say, for example, myrecipesite.com. Okay, and then you can add more keywords and more information, labels, description, and so on. And you may want to view other listings to see exactly what they're doing and exactly what sort of content they're submitting, especially those that appear high up in the search results. Okay. And it automatically adds your name and an encrypted email address. Okay, let's preview that. Okay, And not much there. Title, amazing lentil soup recipe. You can contact the poster by clicking there. And there's the website. So that is what my listing would look like. And actually I can publish it now and it should go live immediately. Okay, and in my Google account I can see items I have listed at Google Base. And here's the link. If I click that, there's my listing. And it's pretty bland, as you can see. And I could add more text and more descriptions. But by default, the Google Base page isn't very exciting to look at. But the benefit in this case is there's a link to my imaginary website. And actually, just out of interest, if we go back and let's search for, okay, let's log out and search as an anonymous user. Lentil soup recipe. Let's see how we do. Okay. Are we anywhere in decent results? Okay, we're not competing that well in this instance, but we didn't really include many keywords apart from the title. Okay, let's just search one or two more pages. Okay, haven't done very well in this instance. And this is being sorted by relevance. However, if I sort by most recent post date, of course, I come up first. However, one very important point you may have noticed is when I manually add a Google-based listing, that if I go to the site, you just see the information there and then you have to click to go through to my site. Whereas other people, they appear in the Google-based results, but when you click through, you're taken straight to their site at the appropriate page. And that's a really nice feature. If you can arrange that, and actually, just let me show you a really good example. If I was, let's try the site command here. Site cooking.com search. Okay, as you can see, cooking.com has over 36,000 results in Google Base. And I can confirm that actually by clicking here again, just to see, okay, the number's slightly lower in this instance for some reason. So 28,000 results have been submitted, well, 28,000 entries here have been submitted by cooking.com. And obviously, they're catching a lot of different searches with all these entries, and that's bringing their site free traffic. And the way they get these results to link direct to their site is they've done a bulk upload. And actually, if I sign back in again, we can get more details on that. Okay, I've signed back into my account, and actually just before I do anything, I'm going to quickly delete this because it's not a great entry to just leave there because it's got no information. Okay. If I was to click on, well actually here, post your item. Okay, it's just prompting for single items there for adding one item at a time, whereas instead, bulk upload files. Now this is quite a detailed subject. It's beyond the scope of this video, and this is really where the Google Help documentation comes in, because the bulk upload files have to be in very specific formats, and it can take a while for you to set up, but the benefit is, as you've seen, using bulk upload files, you can upload tons of recipes or whatever you may wish all at one time. And that can get your results appearing in a lot of different searches. And rather than having a separate Google-based page for each one, each of those entries can link straight to your website at the appropriate page. So that can be a great way of getting a bunch of free traffic, a bunch of free visitors from Google Base.